battlefield in Ukraine has just taken a dramatic turn, and Moscow is rattled. In a move that shocked analysts and sent alarm bells ringing across Russia, the British Challenger 2 main battle tank, one of the most advanced and battle-proven tanks in the world, has officially been deployed to the Ukrainian front line. This is not just another shipment of armored vehicles. The Challenger 2 represents the cutting edge of British military engineering, a machine built for modern warfare, designed to withstand the harshest conditions and capable of taking on any Russian tank head-to-head. Its arrival marks a new chapter in the conflict, one that is making the Kremlin deeply uneasy. So why are these tanks such a big deal? How will they impact the fighting in Ukraine? And why is Russia showing signs of panic as these steel giants roll toward the front? Let's break it all down. Since the beginning of the war, Ukraine has been fighting with a mix of old Soviet-era tanks and modernized vehicles provided by its allies. These machines have served bravely, but they were never designed to face the full weight of Russia's armored divisions. Moscow has relied heavily on its vast tank fleet, including the T-72, T-80, and even the newer T-90. For a long time, Ukraine's armored forces were simply outnumbered and outgunned. That equation is now changing. With the arrival of Western main battle tanks like the Challenger 2, Ukraine is gaining not just numbers, but a decisive technological edge. The Challenger 2 is no ordinary tank. Weighing over 60 tons, it is protected by Dorchester armor, one of the toughest composite armors ever built, capable of withstanding hits that would destroy most other tanks. Its main weapon, a 120mm rifled gun, is renowned for its accuracy and devastating firepower, able to eliminate enemy armor at ranges where Russian tanks can't even respond. This tank was battle-tested in Iraq, where it proved virtually unstoppable. During the Iraq War, no Challenger 2 was ever destroyed by enemy fire, a testament to its durability and design. To Russian commanders, the sight of these machines heading to Ukraine is more than concerning, it's terrifying. On the front line, the presence of the Challenger 2 immediately changes the dynamics. Ukrainian crews trained intensively in Britain are now capable of operating these tanks with precision and efficiency. Combined with Western intelligence, advanced targeting systems, and integrated battlefield networks, the Challenger 2 is more than just a tank, it's a symbol of NATO's deepening commitment to Ukraine. For Russian troops, already suffering from poor morale and heavy losses, the knowledge that they are facing some of the most powerful tanks on the planet is a psychological blow. Imagine being in a decades-old T-72, knowing that your armor is no match, your firepower is weaker, and your chances of survival against a Challenger are slim. The Kremlin's propaganda machine has been working overtime to downplay the significance of these tanks. State media insists that Russian forces will destroy them quickly, claiming that no Western tank can survive the battlefield of Ukraine. But behind closed doors, military analysts in Moscow know the truth. Each Challenger 2 deployed is a nightmare for Russian armored units. That's why panic is spreading, not just in the trenches, but in the corridors of power. If Ukraine can integrate these tanks effectively, supported by drones, precision artillery, and Western-supplied air defenses, Russian offensives could be blunted, stalled, or even rolled back. The deployment of Challenger 2s is happening in no isolation. It comes alongside deliveries of German Leopard 2 tanks and American Abrams, creating a powerful trio of Western armor. Together, they represent a modern armored fist that Ukraine can use to punch holes through Russian lines. The message to Moscow is crystal clear. The West is not backing down, and Ukraine will not be left to fight alone. This has enormous strategic implications. For NATO, providing Challenger 2s is about more than just helping Ukraine. It's about proving the alliance's credibility. It shows that when one of its partners faces existential danger, NATO members will deliver not just words, but the most advanced tools of war. For Russia, it's a nightmare scenario, confirming that the longer the war drags on, the more sophisticated Ukraine's arsenal will become. But with opportunity comes risk. Russia is unlikely to sit idly by. The deployment of Challenger 2 tanks could push Moscow to escalate further, possibly using more destructive tactics, heavier bombardments, or even new weapon systems to counter the threat. The battlefield will become deadlier, the stakes higher, and the possibility of miscalculation even greater. Still, for Ukraine, the benefits outweigh the risks. These tanks offer not just firepower, but hope. Hope that they can withstand Russia's onslaught, hope that they can reclaim lost territory, and hope that the world still believes in their fight for freedom. Let us be clear, the Challenger 2 alone will not decide the war. No single weapon can. Victory will depend on strategy, logistics, morale, and the willpower of the Ukrainian people. But the arrival of these tanks is a turning point, a shift in momentum that Russia cannot ignore. Moscow is panicking not because these machines are invincible, but because they represent the future of the battlefield, a future in which Russia's outdated tactics and aging equipment will struggle to keep up. So, as these steel giants roll forward and take their positions on Ukraine's front line, the question is no longer whether they will make an impact. They already have. The question is, how far will this go? Will the Challenger 2s break Russia's armored spearheads? Will they give Ukraine the leverage it needs to push forward? Or will Moscow escalate, dragging the conflict into an even darker and more dangerous phase? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain, the arrival of Britain's Challenger 2 tanks in Ukraine is more than just another headline. It is a symbol of resolve, a weapon of deterrence, and a warning to Moscow that the West's support for Ukraine is growing stronger, not weaker. Russia is panicking, Ukraine is preparing, and the world is watching closely. What's your take? Do you believe the Challenger 2 will be a game changer on the battlefield? Or will Russia find a way to adapt and counter this new threat? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more analysis and updates on the conflict. Stay safe, stay informed, and until next time.